In this video, you'll learn how to navigate to Email Builder, complete the campaign setup, and select your theme. To create a new single email campaign, I will click into the navigation bar, select the Emails module, and then Create Email. This will bring me to step 1 of the Email Builder, where I will update the email settings. First, you'll be prompted to select your email type. You have two options: regular email, which is a standard single email campaign, or A/B test email, which allows you to compare two versions of your email to see which performs better based on the recipient's engagement. It's important to use the A/B test only when you have a large enough list to get a more accurate result. To get a more accurate result, I would recommend a list of 1,000 records or more. It's also important to make only subtle changes to each test. If there are multiple differences in the factor that you are testing, then there are too many variables and it may be hard to know what made the result successful. For the purpose of this training, I'm going to select the A/B test so that we can walk through the additional settings. This also includes the settings used for regular single email campaign. First, I'll add the campaign name. Just like other assets in Sugar Market, it's important to have a clear naming convention for your email campaigns. This will help when searching through the dashboards and referencing a campaign as a list type. Next, I'll choose the folder to save my campaign to. If this is your first time creating a single email in this folder, then you would need to create a new folder and select a store. I'm going to go ahead and create a promotional campaigns folder and save it. Next, I'll need to choose which factor I'd like to test for my A/B campaign, keeping in mind later that we'll choose whether to test the open or click rate as well. I have the option to test the subject lines, which I can make one or more informational and one more personalized. Sender information, which I can make one generic and one a personal email. Email content, where I can make a minor change to the format or images, or I could select all. I don't recommend this option because this would include too many variables for the test. When I choose the factor, I will be presented with an A and B option for the related setting. The rest of the setup will pertain to both emails. Now I need to set up a subject line for email A and email B. For this campaign, I'd like to test whether an informational or personalized subject line will receive a higher open rate. So for subject A, I'm going to add the first name merge tag to add personalization. I can select this merge tag by clicking the tag icon and choosing first name from the list. Then I'll type the remainder of my subject line. For subject B, I'm going to add a straightforward informational subject line. The from name will be the bolded name at the top of the email and within the preview in the recipient's inbox. This will populate with your username by default, but you can change this to either be your company's name or another user's name, or you can add the contact owner merge tag by clicking the tag icon. If you select the contact owner merge tag, this will pull the lead or contact owner's name that is associated with the record in Sugar Market. This option could create a more personalized experience if the recipient has a relationship with the record owner. Next, you'll need to review the from and reply to email addresses. We recommend that you set these as the same valid email address. Just like with the from name, this will auto-populate with the email address associated with your Sugar Market user. If you'd like to change this, you'll need to update the email prefix, which is what comes before your sender domain, and then select the email's domain. If you have more than one sending domain in Sugar Market, you should see all available options in the drop-down. You can either insert a personal email, a role-based email like sales at or operations at, or you can use the merge tag to send from the lead or contact's owner. This merge tag will need to be typed manually until the tag is added in a future product release. The unsubscribe settings pertain to the link that leads to your global unsubscribe page. You should leave this toggle on as a best practice. To adjust your A/B test settings, you'll need to click on the collapsible menu. By default, the A/B test is set to basic, which means that 50% of your list will receive email A and the remaining 50% will receive email B. You'll then be able to review the results within the campaign dashboard. To test a percentage of your list, you'll need to turn the advanced toggle on. First, you'll need to select the performance indicator. You have the option of open rate or click rate. The indicator you choose should relate to the factor you're testing. If you select the subject line or sender information, that would likely affect whether the recipient opens your email, so you should select open rate as your indicator. If you select email content, this will likely affect whether the recipient clicks the intended link in your email, so you should select click rate as your indicator. Next, you'll need to review and adjust the percentage of your list that will be tested. The sample amount will receive test email A or B on the first send, and the remaining percentage of your list will receive the optimized email. This will be the test email that performed better based on the indicator set during the sample sent. To adjust, you'll need to move the slider until you've reached the desired amount %. You should see those changes reflected below. Finally, you have the option to enable Google Analytics tracking for this email campaign. Before inserting your values, you need to first create the campaign in your Google Analytics account, then plug in the required information here. Once the campaign is deployed, you should see the analytics go through in your Google Analytics account. Now that all my settings have been updated, I'm ready to select my email template. To move on to step 2, I will need to click Next in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen. I have 4 categories to choose my email from. All types can be edited within the build step. Themes include preset layouts based on the types of email content. You have the option to select from plain layouts or design themes that have colors and font styles added. You can also choose the blank layout to build from scratch. Templates include email templates that you've already created previously. Code includes a blank layout that should be used to build an HTML or CSS coded email. This option does not include the drag and drop functionality. Finally, text includes a blank layout to build a plain text email that will be free of formatting and styling. This option also does not include the drag and drop functionality. If you want to preview before selecting, you can single click on the layout and preview the design on the right. You can also toggle between mobile and desktop to preview. Since this is the first promotional campaign I'll be sending from Sugar Market, I do not have a template created and would like to build from scratch. I'll need to select the blank option and click Next to build. To learn about the available styling options in the build step, tune into the next video in this series.